guys, welcome to my channel once again. In this video I'm going to show you how to make t-shirt yarn slippers, but this time I'm not going to make them closed. We're actually going to make them open. So we're going to use this top. Okay, so I will show you how I did everything, how I made this. So I used a slightly different method from the last video. I use this method that I used it has less counting, so I actually prefer this method because you don't need to cram a lot of things. You just need to know that at your crown you increase, and here it should be less stitches here. So I'll show you how I did it. I'm going to make this shoe. It's a UK size 4, so I'm starting with 18 stitches. If you want to do a size 5, you can do 20 stitches. If you want to do a size 6, 22. Yeah, let's step right into it. Okay, so what I'm going to start with, I'm going to start with chaining 19 stitches. So I'm going to do a slip knot. If you don't know how to do a slip knot, please check my previous videos. If you're a beginner, I've shown it like in really slow. Yeah, so you can check my videos on how to do a slip knot, and I've done my previous videos about how to chain and how to hold your crochet. So I'm not going to show you how to do that. Please just go to that video and check how you can do it. So I've chained 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So what I'm doing here, that's chaining. So I'm going to chain 19 and come back. So the reason why I chain 19 is that I'm going to not start in this one. When I'm doing my single crochets, I'm going to do it in the second stitch. So I'm going to do 10 single crochets. So 1 single crochet, you put your hook in the loop, you grab some yarn, you pull it through that yarn through that loop, and you have 2 like that. So that's a single crochet. So I've done 2, 3, let me do 7 more, 4 now, let me do 6 more off camera and come back. Okay, so I've done 10 single crochet and my thing looks like that. So in the next stitch I'm going to do 1 half double crochet. So you're going to yarn over like this, then you're going to insert your hook in your loop or in your stitch, then you're going to grab some yarn, you take that yarn and pull it through. So now you have 3 on your loop, and you're going to pull yarn through all the 3 loops. So 1, 2, 3, and that's a double. That's a half double crochet. I've done a video on how to do half double crochets, so you can check that one. Then after that, in the next 7 stitches you're going to do double crochets. So to do a double crochet, you yarn over, you insert your hook in your stitch, you grab some yarn, and you also have 3. So now what you're going to do, you're going to pass your yarn through the first 2 like this, then you're going to pass your yarn through the second 2, and that's a double crochet. So I've done 1, I'm going to do 6 more and come back. Okay, so I've done 6 more double crochet and my thing looks like this. So now what I'm going to do, into this last stitch I'm going to do 5 double crochets into this part. So yarn over, and this is to create a crown. There's 5 double crochets. So 1, 1, and I do another one, number 2, pass through the first 2, okay, that's the second double crochet. I'm going to do 3 more off camera and come back. Okay, so I've done 5, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to pull this yarn, this hanging one here, because you'll be using t-shirt yarn, I'm going to use a little bit of some energy to pull that, and as you can see, it creates that. Try to pull it as tight as you can. Okay. It does tend to curl up a lot, but that's not a problem. So I've pulled the yarn crochets, so that's 1 2 3 4 5 6 double crochets. Then I come back. Actually, let me do one with you. So yarn over, so the first two and the second two. Hope you can see what I'm doing. I am carrying this yarn width, so yarn over, I insert into that stitch, then I see this yarn, I'm just like putting it, so when I grab my yarn, it's going to go over that yarn that I'm carrying over. So you see, so then I have 3, then I'm going to pass through the first 2 like that, then I'm going to pass through the second 2. That's my double crochet. So I'm going to do 4 more and come back, and the 6 half double crochet to match the side. So next I'm going to do a 1 half double crochet. So yarn over, insert into that stitch, grab some yarn, and now you have 3 loops, and you're going to pass through your yarn through all of the loops like that, and that's a half double crochet. So since we are matching this side to the side, so we're going to do single crochets all the way till I get to the end. So that's the first single crochet, the second one. So I'm going to do single crochets all. Okay, so when you get here, what you're going to do, you're going to insert your hook into the into the next stitch, and what you're going to do, you're going to, wow, this is so tight. Okay, you're going to pull a loop like that, and you're going to do a slip stitch. So you're going to slip this one into this one like that, and that's how you roll. And now I'm going to do my crochets keep slipping, so I'm going to do 1 half double crochet. So you first yarn over, insert your hook in the next stitch, you grab some yarn, and now you have 3 on your hook, and you're going to pass you grab some yarn, and you're going to pass that yarn through the 3. So 1 2 3, and again that's a half double crochet. So now in the next stitch I'm going to yarn over again. I'm going to insert my hook under those 2 loops. I'm going to grab some yarn and pass like that. So now I have 3. So now I'm going to grab some yarn and pass through the first 2 like that. I'll grab some yarn again and pass through the second 2, and that's a double crochet. So I've done 1, so I'm going to do 5 more off camera and come back. Okay, I'm back. So when you do the 6 double crochets, you're going to realize you're going to get to the crown where we did those 5 double crochet in the last stitch. So now what you're going to do, you're going to count 1 2 3. So in this 3rd stitch we're going to do 3 double crochets in this 1 stitch, but the rest we're going to do 1 double crochet as normal. So we're going to do in the next 5 stitches we're going to do a double crochet, then 3 in the middle, stitch, a double crochet and a double crochet, so that will give you a total of 7. So I'll do it with you. In the first stitch I do, oh no, hold on, set my hook. Okay, that's the first double crochet, that's the second. Right, into this mid number 3, into the third I'm going to do 3 double crochets. So this is the first one, 1, 2, I'm on the camera, and 3. Okay, so we've done, so it looks like something like this. Then I'm going to do 6 double crochets in the next following stitches, in the next stitch, 6 stitches, and come back. I'll just do 1 with you. So in the next, in this stitch, that's the first double crochets, like that, and I'm going to do 5 more in the next 5 stitches and come back. Okay, so I've done the 5. In the next stitch I'm going to do 1 half double crochet. I'm going to yarn over like that, insert my hook into that stitch under those 2, you know, then grab some yarn, pull it through, and I have 3 loops. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to pass my yarn through all of them. So 1, 2, and 3, and that's a half double crochet. Then in the next 10 stitches I'm going to do 10 single crochets, but we're going to change something here when I finish the 10. So right, so I've done the 10 single crochets, and here I am. So I'll show you now. Remember the last stitch we would do, like we will do a slip stitch to end that row, but what I'm going to do in this one, I'm going to do in the next stitch, this one, I'm going to do 3 single crochet. Three, yeah. So then I'm going to continue as normal. So I'm going to do single crochets again. This time there will be 9 instead of 10, going round like that. So let me finish the single crochets and come back. Okay, so now I'm going to do 1 half double crochet. I think by now you know how to do half double crochet. Then I'm going to do 6 double crochets and come back. So I'll do 1 with you, that's 1. So I'm going to do 5 more and come back. Okay, so I'm done, and you now realize we're back at the crown. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to do 2 double crochets into the next stitches, and I'm at the crown like that. So now I'm at the part where I did 3 double crochets in 1. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to do 2 double crochets in each of these stitches. So 2, 2, 2. So that's 1 and another one, 2. So I'm going to do 2 in the next stitch and 2 in the next stitch and come back. Okay, So I've done the double crochet, so it does curl up a lot, but don't worry about it. So now you're left with 2 double crochets on the crown, and you're left with 6 double crochets going down. So I'm going to do 8 double crochets and come back. I'm just going to do one with you, yarn over, you yarn over into the next stitch, you grab some yarn, you pass it through, and you have 3 loops. Pass through the first double crochet, the first 2 loops, and then the second 2. So I've done 1 double crochet, so I'm going to do 7 more and come back. Okay, so I've done the double crochets. Now in the next stitch I'm going to do 1 half double crochet. So yeah, you grab yarn over like that, and in the next stitch you put your hook. In the next stitch you grab some yarn, pull it through, then you have 3, and you're going to pass through all of the 3. After the half double crochet I'm going to do single crochets up to that to the stitch where I did the 3, remember. So I'm going to do single crochets up to that point. So into these 3 stitches I'm going to do 2 single crochets in each of the stitches and come. After that I will do another one and I'll end. Now the single crochet and I'll end. That's where I'll finish. Get my hook, grab that and pull. So that's what you do. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to take the 2 and I'm going to join them. Okay, so I've finished with the sew. You need 2 exactly the same, so I've already made the other one. So out of simplicity I am now going to join the 2, and I'm going to start where we did the 1 half double crochet, but you can literally start anywhere as long as you line them up together, and it's literally one on top of the other. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to grab some yarn like that, and I'm going to pass it through. You can see that it will have a longer thread and a shorter one. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to go into the next stitch. You can actually tighten it into the next stitch, grab some yarn, pass it through, and you're going to have 2 loops. So I'm going to slip this loop into this one like that, and you see that it's going to create that like a single crochet facing downwards. So I'm going to go into the next stitch, hook some yarn again. I have 2 loops, slip stitch it. Right, so I'm going to go into the next one, grab some yarn, slip stitch it. So I'm going to do this all the way. I'm going to do 2 more, then I'll do the rest off camera and come back. Then I'm gonna go into the next one, this one into that one. Okay, so I've gone round, and then this is my last stitch, so I'm back where we started. So I'm going to insert my hook, like that. And slip it through like that, and that's the last one. So now what I'm going to do okay, so now what I'm going to do, I'm going to take my hook out of this one, the last stitch. It was like this. I took the hook out. So into this first stitch where we started, I'm going to grab some yarn. Sorry, it's so tight. Grab some yarn, pull it through, but making sure that we don't lose this. Oh god, so tight. Hold on. I've put my hook back in there so that I don't lose that stitch, and I'm just pulling that yarn because it's so tight, and when I try to pull, it's taking out this. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to grab some yarn and pass it through that loop, and I'm going to pull. Voila. So now that means I'm literally done with my shoe, and this one I'm going to insert my hook from down there, grab some yarn like that, grab some yarn and go down with it. Oh, come on. Yeah, remember I did one and I was covering the whole part. This one we're going to do it an open one. So this is the herringbone stitch, and I've knitted this. I'll show you how I did this. Working with t-shirt yarn, it actually hurts your. I'm gonna show you with t-shirt yarn, but this one is softer, so it's not painful. Right, so I've done a slip knot like that, and that's my first stitch. And to add stitches on my knits, I'm simply going to insert my knits in there and I release. I insert my knits in there and I release. So I'm sort of like creating a circle, then you insert your knits in there and you just release. So I've done 1 2 3 4. I count this one as the first one, so I'm going to do 14 more. I'm going to do, I did 18 stitches and come back. Right, so when you do the 18, what you're going to do, you're going to knit 2 together, then you release 1. So you're going to put your knit under 2 stitches, then you're going to take your yarn, you pull it, you yarn over from the back like that. Then you're going, this one that you have yarned over, you're going to put your knit, you're going to pull it through with your knit so that it comes the other way like that. So now what you're going to do, you're going to release one of the stitches just like that, and you remain with 1. So then you're going to knit 2 stitches again together, you knit from the back like that, you use your knit to pull that like that, then you release 1. I'm gonna do it again. You knit 2 stitches together from the back like that, then I'm going to use my knit like that, then I'm going to release 1. So I'm going to do all that. I'm gonna knit 2 again from the back, that, then release 1. So I'm going to do that all the way and come back. Okay, so I've reached the end. I'm left with 2, so I'm going to knit. Apologies to you subscribers, I haven't done a knitting series for beginners. I will do that in the future. Then you release, then the 1 stitch that you're left with, you just put it on. So this herringbone, it's a 2 row stitch, and you keep repeating those 2 rows. So this is the first row, then the second row, you, instead of knitting, you're going to purl. So you're going to purl 2, and you know purling, you purl from the front like that, then you release 1, you purl 2 together. Oh no, sorry, let me do that again. So purling, you put your knits through those 2, then you grab your yarn, you wrap it around your knit. Then you're going to get that yarn by flipping like that. Then you release one stitch. Then you purl again from the front. When you purl, you sort of like pull your this yarn a little bit so that it's loose. This is a tight stitch, so it's best to, what you call it, to keep it as loose as possible. Okay, so let me do this whole stitch and come back. Okay, I'm purling the last two from the front like that. Then I release that one. This one you just put it on your hook. So if you look at the back, it will look something like this. But if you look at your front, you're actually going to start to see those interlocking. Where's this thing? Those interlocking, these ones. Right, so I'm going to repeat row 1 and 2 to make it bigger off camera, then come back. For if you want to look at how I did the herringbone again, you can just, you know, rewind it. Oh, just in case some didn't follow, so I'm doing row 3 and 4. Row 3 I'm repeating row 1, and row 4 I'll repeat row 2, and you'll continue doing those repeats. Okay, so this is after row 4. You can kind of see how it looks, and that's the same thing here. It's just the so I've just done those two, and you can kind of see the right. So that's how you do it. So I did, for this, to achieve this, I did 10 how I bite it off from the knits. I think I showed you before. What I simply do, I insert my hook in there, I grab some yarn, then you release this stitch. Then I go into the next stitch, I grab some yarn like that, then I release this stitch. Then after that I'm going to slip this stitch into this one. So I slip it into that. Then I go to the next stitch, grab some yarn, release the stitch, then I slip it into there like that. So I continue doing that all the way to the end. Release the stitch like that. That's how I finish. So in my case, I also did when I finished, I also did 10 stitches on my crown. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. Okay, like where you start, literally, you know, it's up to you where you start. Hello lovelies, I'm back. So I have done one part and I kind of like how it looks. I did join using slip stitches and I didn't like it. Actually, it looked a little bit tacky, so I found a new way of joining. I don't even know. Then I'm going to go to the stitch that's adjacent to this one. So it's this one. So I'm going to go under the first two, this one and this one. Then I'm going to take my yarn like this, and I'm going to pass it through the first one. I'm going to pass it through the second one like that. Take this yarn, hook it through, hook it through, then I'm going to pull it, right? Then after I pull it, I'm going to put the yarn, I'm going to go under this too. I'm going to put the yarn like this, put it under those two, and I pull it. Then inside now, grab some yarn, pull it through again like that, then I pull too long actually. See, so it gives you this nice invincible. I'm gonna go in the next stitch, which is this one, right? Grab some yarn, pull it through, then I pull. Am I focused? Then I pull. This. Okay. Then the next one is this one. This one. Gonna put yarn under there. Then I pull through. Then I'm going to go through the same stitch, but from the inside. So same stitch. Grab some yarn, pull it through. Oh my god. Pull it through. See how invincible that is? This side I was actually doing one after the other, but you see this one is like quite, yeah. Then I go to the next stitch. Oh. Okay. Grab some yarn. Pull it through. Okay. Then I'm going to pass it through these two. Then I'm going to join it, but from the inside, not from the outside. So through the same stitch, but from the inside. And I'm gonna pull. You see how it produces this really nice invincible join. Then you go to the next stitch. Okay, this video is already long. I'm gonna do one last one and I just come back when I'm done. Okay, so into the next stitch, which is this one. Remember I did 10 rows, so this is like literally 5 rows, 5 stitches I mean, because one of these things, it's kind of like representing 2 rows. Okay, and pull through. Yes, then I'm gonna join again, but from the inside. Right, from the inside. Then I pull through. Okay, I'll come and I pull this through. So I'm gonna come back when I'm done. Okay, so when you're done, you're going to take this hanging yarn all the way to the, and it's so long. Okay, so now it's at the bottom. Yarns. So just to make it, to clarify on some things, maybe that I didn't say it when I started sewing, but actually count 10 stitches or 8. It's up to you how wide or like how much of the crown you want to be sticking out. Yeah, I left 10